I see Youth Reach as being enormously important for very vulnerable young people. Coming from homes that are in very disadvantaged areas, homes where there may be a lot of chaos, that they would have a good life, not just that they would be employed in the future.
In Youth Reach, I had a great relationship with the staff. They treated me with respect. They didn't treat me any different because of who I was or where I was from. So I felt just really comfortable in that space.
It's not only growing on your skills, but also growing with the people around you. We're all a big family now, and even if one of them is down or they can't get something, we all help each other out. So it all kind of comes up together. We all inspire each other, really.
This is the 22nd annual conference. So the Youth Reach itself was first established in 1998, the first centre opened in 1989. The government's response to early school living in Ireland is the Second Chance Education and Training Programme. This is a 3-day conference. The purpose of this conference is to bring all Youth Reach coordinators from around the country together for an opportunity to network and share best practice.
It's a reminder of why we do the work we do. It's a reminder of, I suppose, the passion that people feel about the young people that we work with.
It re-energises you. You know, you're meeting like-minded people who are doing the exact same work as you in different settings, maybe in different ways, but you come, I guess, to give you a chance to come together, and I suppose it kind of validates that you're doing okay, what you're doing is doing okay.
Working in Youth Reach, I suppose, can be very challenging for people. It can be very personally very challenging. No kind of designated support that you have to go to, and really that's the whole purpose of the conference, is to network and support.
So each year, I would say probably the highlight for a lot of coordinators is to listen to the centre presentations. People will get up and talk about what happens in their centre.
We had 11, 12 exhibits going on over the last 2 days, and really it's just organisations that have worked with Youth Reach, offering us support around the issues we're working with, drug and alcohol, ways of supporting young people through that, maybe in kind of creative ways around using music or drama.
Just from experiences, drama was the only option I had to actually tell people my life, not my life, my story. And people that actually listen and care, rather than tell them and then they go tell other people and mix it up.
It's about kind of working with the natural talents these guys already have and using that as your starting place.
I suppose if you're in a school, maybe you might be told turn off your mobile phone or leave it at the front door, whereas in a Youth Reach centre we might be saying, well, let's use the mobile phone, and it's to incorporate where they're at. It's important for early school leavers, I think, in particular. I would say the young people teach me more about technology than I could ever teach them.
So we'd invite somebody like Dr. Harry Barry, who was here this morning, who does a lot of work around the area of depression and young people and mental health, updates on things that are happening in Youth Reach nationally, and generally really just anything pertains to Youth Reach. And it's informative for coordinators.
Just being here at the conference with other coordinators and learning from them, I found that really valuable then when I took up my post in Bray in County Wicklow.
Meeting coordinators from other centres nationally is a fantastic opportunity, because really what you find out is that whilst much of the young people share a lot of the same issues, and therefore a lot of the centres have some of the same issues, the strategies of different centres in dealing with those issues can sometimes be different.
It's good to meet people, particularly say in the evening. You can sit and relax and just discuss things. In the middle of having a bit of a laugh and just having a chat, things will come up and you exchange ideas, and quite often you get 1 or 2 little gems, and you might not necessarily use it the way somebody else is using it, but you might take it and adapt it to your own situation.
But sometimes it's the lunch break, or it's in between when you're talking to somebody, exchanging ideas, what's happening in your centre, what you're doing, what we're doing. I find that incredibly valuable.
And sometimes you just maybe overhear a conversation and you become like, oh, what was that? Because it sounds like something you've been maybe trying to get a solution to for months or years in some cases.
At my first conference, actually, I ended up getting a call literally 3 weeks later from a coordinator I'd met who at the other end of the country who had a student moving to my area. And he was able to ring me and say, hi, we met at the conference in the bar actually in the evening. And he had a student who was moving to my area. And straight away that was a link for a student, which made the transition much easier for them.
Really, the people where centre works well, and for coordinators that are successful in the job they do, they have to have empathy. And I think they really care about what they do and really care about the young people and want really for the young people to flourish while they're with them.
Youth Reach is about second chance education. It's not second hand, second rate or second best. And we're all about making sure that we're giving the best service we can to our kids.
I suppose lots of question marks over where Youth Reach is going and what we're doing, and I suppose at the end of it all it's really about young people and early school leavers and what their issues are, and I suppose over the years that really hasn't changed. Some issues might raise their head one year and then they mightn't the next so much, but basically the issues have been the same. Young people are young people and their issues are the same.